Hello everyone, this is Trey from Texas Sports TV, and welcome to my Week 9 NFL Power Rankings. And yeah, the teams are even more falling into place, though there are still, again, a couple outliers. But with the way the rankings works, teams are starting to fall even more into place. And like I said, by the end of the year, every team should be exactly where they belong. Now, in last place are the Miami Dolphins. They have the worst offense. They have only scored 77 points. They have allowed 238 points, ranked 31st. That's a negative 161 point differential and an 0-7 record, giving them 63 points. Now the Cincinnati Bengals they moved down to 31st in the NFL. They have scored 124 points, 29th in the NFL. They have allowed 186 points, 27th in the NFL. That's a negative 86 point differential with an 0-8 record with 86 points. Now, the Washington Redskins have moved up to 30th in the NFL. They have scored 99 points, 30th in the NFL. 195 points, allowed 195 points, that's 24th in the NFL. A negative 96 point differential and a 1-7 record with 54 points. In 29th place, the New York Jets, they have moved down. They have scored 78 points, 31st in the NFL. They have allowed 185 points, 20th in the NFL. That's a negative 107 point differential with a 1-6 record and 51 points. 28th in the NFL, moving down, the Atlanta Falcons. Scoring 165 points, 18th in the NFL. Allowing 250 points, the worst in the NFL. A negative 85 point differential and a 1-7 record with 50 points. Moving up to 27th, the New York Giants. 158 points, 19th in the NFL. Allowing 218, 29th in the NFL. A negative 60 point differential and 2-6 record, 48 points. Moving down to 26th, the Arizona Cardinals. 170 points scored, 17th in the NFL. 223 points allowed, 30th in the NFL. Negative 53 point differential, 3-4-1 record, 47 points. Oakland Raiders moving up to 25th. 151 points scored, 22nd in the NFL. 192 points allowed, 23rd in the NFL. Negative 41 point differential, 3-4 record, 45 points. Cleveland Browns, 133 points, 26th in the NFL. 181 points allowed, 17th tied for the NFL. Negative 48 point differential, 2-5 record, 43 points. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 196 points scored, 11th in the NFL. 212 points allowed, 28th in the NFL. A negative 16 point differential, 2-5 record, 39 points. Denver Broncos, 175 points scored, 28th in the NFL. 151 points allowed, tied for 9th in the NFL. A negative 26 point differential, a 2-6 record, 37 points. Moving up to 21st, the Philadelphia Eagles. 202 points scored, 10th in the NFL. 199 points allowed, 26 in the NFL. A plus 3 point differential, a 4-4 record, 36 points. Detroit Lions. Staying at 20th, 180 points scored, 14th in the NFL. 186 points allowed, 21st in the NFL. Negative 6 point differential, 33-1 record, 35 points. Moving on to 19th, the Carolina Panthers. 179 points scored, 15th in the NFL. 184 points allowed, 19th in the NFL. A negative 5 point differential, a 4-3 record, 34 points tied. Staying at 18th, the Los Angeles Chargers. 157 points scored, 21st in the NFL. 157 points allowed, 13th in the NFL. A 0 point differential, which is why they won the tiebreaker against the Carolina Panthers. A 3-5 record and 34 points tied. The Seattle Seahawks, staying at 17th. 208 points scored, 8th in the NFL. 196 points allowed, 25th in the NFL. The Seattle Seahawks really needs to get that defense a lot better. That defense is not that good. Plus 12 point differential, 6-2 record, 33 points. And now we're at the midway point. The next bottom half is supposed to be the bad half of the NFL, and the top half is supposed to be the good half of the NFL. But that's not always true. There's still couple outliers, like I've said. That's why the Seattle Seahawks are in the bad half. Like I said, they're an outlier. Tennessee Titans have moved down to 16th. 148 points scored, 24th in the NFL, 135 points allowed, 7th in the NFL, plus 13-point differential, a 4-4 record, and a 31-point tie. Pittsburgh Steelers won the tiebreaker against the Titans. Now they have scored 150 points, 23rd in the NFL. They have allowed 145, 8th in the NFL, plus 5-point differential, a 3-4 record, 31-point tie. Chicago Bears moved up to 14th, 128 points scored, 27th in the NFL, but a really great defense. 122 points, third in the NFL, tied for third. A plus 6-point differential, a 3-4 record, and a 30-point tie. Jacksonville Jaguars, 173 points scored, 16th in the NFL, 163 points allowed, tied for 14th in the NFL, plus 10-point differential, 4-4 record, and a 30-point tie. It really doesn't look like the top tier Jacksonville defense is back yet. Moving up to 12th, the Indianapolis Colts, who probably should be higher. 158 points, tied for 19th in the NFL, 151 points allowed, tied for 9th in the NFL, plus 7-point differential, 5-2 record, 28-point tie. Buffalo Bills probably should be a little bit lower. Yeah, but Bills should be lower than the Colts. But that's not always how it works. Hopefully things should fall into place as the season goes on. But the Bills, they have scored 134 points, 25th in the NFL, and they've allowed 122 points, tied for third in the NFL, a plus 12-point differential, 5-2 record, and a 28-point tie. And now we get to the top 10, who should be teams making it into the playoffs. In 10th, you got the Houston Texans. 212 points scored, 6th in the NFL, and 188 points allowed, 22nd in the NFL. And if I would have this is where my bias would be out of it, because despite the fact that the Texans are my favorite team, I would actually have the Colts above them right now, because we didn't beat them, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat them at home. And they do have an easier schedule, so they're gonna end up doing better than us, and they're probably gonna win the division. But like I said, bias is out of this, so the Texans are over the Colts. They have scored 112 points, 6th in the NFL, allowed 188, 22nd in the NFL, plus 24-point differential, a 5-3 record, and a 28-point tie. The New Orleans Saints are 9th in the NFL. They have scored 195 points, 12th in the NFL, allowed 156 points, tied for 11th in the NFL, a plus 39-point differential, a 7-1 record, and 23 points. The Los Angeles Rams moved up to 8th. They have scored 214 points, that's tied for 4th in the NFL. They have allowed 174 points, 16th in the NFL, a plus 40-point differential, a 5-day record, 20 points. As you can see, people need to stop blaming this on the offense, because I still see people talking about how the offense is losing the games when, they're tied for 4th in scoring offense. And it seems more like the defense, because, they're 16th in scoring defense. And while the defense, again, it's not the worst, it's ranked 16th, it doesn't seem like it's the offense that lost those 3 games. Kansas City Chiefs, 226 points scored, 2nd in the NFL, 181 points allowed, 17th tied in the NFL, a 45-point differential, a 5-3 record, 19 points. And the Kansas City Chiefs, without Patty Mahomes, is probably going to fall down. Dallas Cowboys, ranked 6th, 190 points scored, 13th in the NFL, 124 points allowed, 5th in the NFL, plus 66-point differential, a 4-3 record, 18 points. And now we get to the top 5. These should be the Super Bowl contenders, especially when you get to the end of the year. In fifth place, you get the Green Bay Packers, 215 points. Third in the NFL, 163 points allowed, tied for 14th in the NFL, a plus 52 point differential, a 7 record, 17 points. Baltimore Ravens, and I think the top 5 here, they really are the Super Bowl contenders at this point in time. Like, there is no outlier in the top 5. Baltimore Ravens, 214 points scored, tied for 4th. 156 points allowed, tied for 11th. Plus 58 point differential, 5-2 record, 15 points. Then you get to the top 3, who should be your Super Bowl favorites. As in, the favorites not just to make it, but to win it. This is your bronze, and getting the bronze is the Minnesota Vikings. They moved on to 3rd. 211 points scored at 7th in the NFL. 132 points allowed, 6th in the NFL. A plus 79 point differential, 6-2 record, 13 points. Yes, the Minnesota Vikings are really good right now with Kirk Cousins. I don't know who and where the real Kirk Cousins is, but clearly this isn't Kirk Cousins. Getting to silver, moving up, San Francisco 49ers. 207 points scored, 9th in the NFL, 77 points allowed, 2nd in the NFL, under 38 point differential, a 7-8 record. A 7-0 record, 11 points. San Francisco 49ers, they are still undefeated. And then getting the gold, clearly still the New England Patriots with the number 1 scoring offense at 250 and the number 1 scoring defense with 61 allowed. 189 point differential and an 8-0 record with 2 points. And the Patriots could end up winning another Super Bowl. They really could. They can go 6-0 and they can win a Super Bowl. Now, despite what a lot of people say or may believe, I'm not entirely sure it's highly likely they'll go both 16-0 and win a Super Bowl. Just because with every single win you get, eventually you're going to lose. So with every single win you get, the chances of you losing the next game goes higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay? Even with them being a good team, the chances of the next game they lose is actually goes higher as they rack up all those wins, because eventually the streak has to end. So here's the thing. I do believe they can go both 16-0 and win a Super Bowl. I'm just not entirely sure it's going to happen. And the same thing with the 49ers. So I would not feel 100% comfortable going into the postseason if they were both 16-0. If they both made it to the Super Bowl and if they both were undefeated and they both made it to the Super Bowl, then I would pick the Patriots. But let's say the Patriots go 16-0 and the 49ers lose one, and then they both head into the Super Bowl, I'd pick the 49ers. Let's say the Patriots lose one and the 49ers go 16-0 and they go into the Super Bowl together, I'd pick the Patriots. That's just how I'd go. I'd go with the team that lost 1 or 2, then I would go with the team that went undefeated through the whole thing. It's not about which one's better. I'm just going based on the odds of losing the next game. As you rack up the wins, gets higher and higher and higher until eventually you lose. Because streaks do end. And, as you rack up losses, the chances of you winning a game goes up because, well, eventually that streak's going to lose. Eventually a streak will end. That's basically what I gotta say. Will it happen during the regular season? Will it happen in the postseason? I don't know. Will a team be able to go 16-0 and then win the next 3 to win the Super Bowl? Go 19-0? It's possible. I'm just not sure if it'll happen. If it will happen, this might be the year for it to happen. Both the Patriots being this good and the 49ers being that good, both teams possibly going 16-0 and going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, if it's going to happen, it's going to be this year. But that's if it's going to happen.